Well, they're known for hits like Gonna Make You Sweat and things that make you go. And they're going to be performing at this year's State Fair.
All right, this morning we're joined by Freedom Williams from CNC Music Factory. Good morning, sir. Thanks for being with us. So glad to have you here.
Oh, yes, let's do it.
Let's go, Sacramento!
So you're coming here to the State Fair. Have you performed here before in Sacramento?
I love Sacramento. I have been to Sacramento. Yes, I have performed in Sacramento, but there's no time like the now time, okay? So we are here and we are rocking.
So obviously we mentioned it in the intro, Gonna Make You Sweat. That song, I mean, it has embedded itself into pop culture for decades now. Did you have any idea when you guys recorded that and put it out there that it was gonna have the effect that it's had?
No, because I had been making records for several years. I started rapping in '78. In Queens, New York. So we were trying to make records, but we were really just trying to do what we've always done.
Yeah.
You know, like we used to have a saying in the crew, like we will make a great record, but we're never going to say it's the best record ever. You always play it down.
Yeah.
And I didn't really, be honest with you, I didn't really like the record at first.
Really?
I was like,
why not?
Why?
Because I'm a hip hop head, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm a Public Enemy, EPMD, Run DMC, Rakim. And so I was doing these dance records because I like to dance, but I had never fully blossomed into that dance guy yet. I was stuck in musical purgatory.
Yeah.
Like I was like, you know, it's like when you ask Metallica that you want to use their song for a commercial, they're like, well, you know, we're rock and roll artists.
Yeah.
We don't do commercials. So I had a couple of dance records out that were big New York City club records. So I didn't really, but I'm gonna tell you, it's been over 30 years. About 4 years ago, I listened to the whole album and I was like, yo, this is pretty damn good.
Yeah, I would say you guys did pretty damn good as well.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead. You were gonna...
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh,
I'll wait.
so you mentioned you came up in the hip hop scene, starting in the 70s in Queens. I have said that New York music scene, late 70s to early 90s, when you got hip hop, punk, dance, all kind of make it. What was that scene like, being part of that?
I consider it, you know, everybody says that Motown was the greatest era. I'm an 80s music guy, because when you can mix Depeche Mode or Flock of Seagulls or Aha or Run DMC with the Fat Boys and the Fat Boys with Deborah Harry, or you know, some jazz guy like Quincy Jones with the Sugar Hill Gang. You've got this mishmash, hodgepodge, techno, funk, pop, hip hop to bebop type of thing just clashing. Because remember, now we have MTV, so everybody's got to prove that they're handsome too. So you got this super tornado-rific energy happening that never happened before.
Yeah.
And so to me, that 80s era is the greatest era in music. Now, you can't take nothing from the blues. I mean, the 50s, the 40s, that's the foundation of all American music is the blues. Country, Dixie, dance, hip hop, funk, R&B. The blues is the blueprint. But the 80s, that might be the greatest musical era we've ever had.
So let me ask you this question. People always talk about 90s R&B, and then oftentimes people try to recreate something that really cannot be recreated, at least not to me. Can you, do you think this like kind of 80s era will come back? Do you think you'll?
Well, no, because it's going to come, nothing new under the sun. Everything always evolves and revolves. We live on a round ball, right? So it's not going to come back, but it'll come back and be something different. Like the great Grandmaster Cash from the Cold Crush Brothers, hip-hop group from the Bronx, said, hip-hop didn't invent everything. We reinvented everything.
That's a good way to put it.
So hip-hop didn't invent anything. We just took the records that nobody was listening to. Remember, Aerosmith was Dead in the Wood to Run DMC meant, you know, Walk This Way. And they was like, oh, yeah, Aerosmith, that's right. Remember, they had a little low point. So it's not going to come back the same, but it will re-evolve and it'll have different aspects to it and different sounds. There's going to be new technology with different sounds.
All right, well, you guys are performing 90s Rewind at the California State Fair. We are so glad to have you. Tone Loc, Digital Underground. Freedom Williams, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
Love y'all. Stockton, let's go.
We'll see you, man.
Sacramento, let's go.
right, thanks.
I saw Digital Underground actually in concert.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did. Don't be coming for my knowledge. Okay.